Freedom March with Rodney Munker. Up next on ILTV.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of ILS or the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a product of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented, in part or entirety, without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead. God save the King.
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad mad wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Thursday, the 23rd of January, 2024. No, 2025. Bradley Roll is with me. He's my spiritual advisor, and I want to welcome him. Welcome, my spiritual advisor.
Thank you so much. Good to be here, Sandra.
Well, folks, today we attended a symposium on mental health, or should I say, as they have reported it, on the Mental Health Act in action. This is a forum organized by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, led by Minister Michael Darville. It was held at the Atlantis Hotel on Paradise Island. We'll talk about it. It's mental health. Some very interesting things emerged this morning. In the United States, a Bahamian businessman was murdered on Thursday, the 16th of January, 2025. It is emerging that law enforcement in the state of Florida suspect that he was killed by a Bahamian gangster. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about this Bahamian who is a resident of Grand Bahama. It's disgraceful that Bahamians could go to the United States to be acting unlawfully and giving this country a bad name. So there's some of the things that I'm going to talk to you about. I'm also going to tell you how the new commissioner, that is Mrs. Shanta Knowles, is transferring police officers from existing departments to new department, and all of this is being done. Make sure that every policeman is accountable and transparent. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's a wonderful day in Nassau, Bahamas. Hold on, everybody. I'll be right back.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. So before we start the show, I'm going to invite my spiritual advisor, Bradley Rule, to spread the gospel. Bradley?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Santa. We're going to go to the book of Mark today, the 14th chapter, reading from the New Testament. Verses 17 to 26, the scripture says, when evening came, Jesus arrived with the 12 apostles of this, and while they were reclining at the table eating, he said, "Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me, one who is eating with me." They were saddened, and one by one they said to him, "Surely you don't mean me?" "It is one of the 12, he replied, "one who dips bread into the bowl with me. The Son of Man will go just as it is written about him. But woe to that man who betrays the Son of Man. It would be better for him if he had not been born." And while they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take it, this is my body." And then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank from it. "This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many." He said to them, "Truly I tell you, I will not drink again from the fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new in the kingdom of God." And when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Mark 14, 17 through 26. The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Thank you, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
Well, folks, before I talk about local events, I want to go to the state of Florida, where a Bahamian who hails from Grand Bahama was murdered on Thursday, the 16th of January 2025. Apparently, he is involved in the import-export business, and we are advised that he operates a company, perhaps I can call it a shop, at the Fort Lauderdale dock, where I'm advised that there are quite a number of Bahamian companies, business people that are located there. This Negro man, his name is Gregory Bradford. So Gregory Bradford was murdered. And according to international reports, Gregory Bradford got into a conflict with a Bahamian who also operates a business at the Fort Lauderdale dock. And in the course of that dispute, it is alleged that Gregory Bradford slapped him. And others who were present, we advised, told Florida law enforcement that the Bahamian threatened that no one is going to slap him, embarrass him, and humiliate him in the manner of which Gregory Bradford is alleged to have done him. And so, subsequently, perhaps days, maybe a week or so later, Bradford was murdered. Now, this Bahamian is the prime suspect in this killing. So, Florida authorities, they are pursuing it aggressively. And of course, this is a new piece of Bahamian gangsterism, which has been perpetuated, or should I say perpetrated, in the state of Florida. So that is what is going on, and we are awaiting. I'm satisfied with this allegation based on our source. So that is the breaking news that is taking place, and we are told that Florida authorities, if they have not arrested the man that Gregory Bradford slapped, he will soon be taken into custody. After all, he is the Negro man who, it is alleged, made the threats after Gregory Bradford is alleged to have slapped him at the Fort Lauderdale dock. So I thought I'll tell it to you, and I call on Bahamians doing business in the United States. This is not the way to resolve conflicts. And it is so sad because if you would remember, it was last Thursday, the 16th of January, that Health Minister Dr. Michael Dowell kicked off a symposium at Bahama. Remember? Rooting out violence. Well, while we were trying to root out violence in Nassau, we had a Bahamian who it is alleged to have killed another Bahamian in the state of Florida. It is so disgraceful that we don't know how to behave. Goodness of mercy. I mean, look where they gone to get themselves in all of this trouble. My spiritual advisor, Satan, you have not heard anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some videos as well.
You've seen some videos?
Yeah, like a week or so ago, I think. I seen some on social media, but you know, the violence is just out of control.
Yeah, and now we're taking it to Florida.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. So that is what has happened. Well, this morning, the Ministry of Health once again held a big symposium at the Atlantis Hotel on Paradise Island. And of course, there were quite a number of speakers. And while there were quite a number of speakers, I was not too pleased with that forum. If I was to compare today's forum with last week, Thursday's forum, what was so good about last week, Thursday forum is they prepared a booklet, a document that one could look at and follow each speaker as they made their contribution. So we were discussing the new Mental Health Act, which replaced the 1969 Mental Health Act. But they failed to provide the delegates, that's those of us who were invited, those of us who were sitting at the table, they failed to provide us with a copy of the new act. You heard me? I really even don't want to call the name of these professionals. You mean to tell me that these big-time professionals, some of them are psychiatrists, some say they are psychologists, some say they have master's degree, many said they had doctor's degree, and this is what they provided us. So I sat there, didn't have a copy of the new Mental Health Act, and therefore the speakers did not, and I must confess that I was not there on time, but my delegation who were there on time, they briefed me. None of the speakers walked us through the act. None of the speakers told us if there were provision in the act to empower families who have relatives who are suffering from mental health illnesses, how to take advantage of the new law to to get them the necessary help. I'm not saying it is not in the bill. I'm not saying it's not in the legislation. I'm not saying it's not in the law. But the organizers fail to provide us with a copy of the new Mental Health Act. I think that's just a fundamental error, and I was not pleased with it. All right? And essentially, the speakers, they talk the philosophy of mental health issues. But in my opinion, no one failed to go into the law and show us how with this new amendment, replacing the 1969 Mental Health Act, empowers family to help their relatives who are suffering from mental illnesses. Because if you were to check, there are many of our relatives who are suffering from mental health problems, who are walking up and down the street, who you can't get to take to Sunderland's because the protocol does not allow you to take him straight to Sunderland's. Based on the protocol as I understood it, if you had a relative who had a mental health issue, you must first take him to the Princess Margaret Hospital. Then you have to wait 16 hours with him. That's what they tell you. Say, now listen, if you ain't gonna stay with him, take him back home. So you have to stay there, stay with him, then you have to wait for them to do a series of tests. Then when those tests are completed, you have to wait for the availability of an ambulance to then take you to the Sunderland's Rehabilitation Center. And so you got to watch out for me, because I used to wait there. So I know the protocol. See, I know the protocol. If there was one Negro who attended that forum, who would have been able to create embarrassment, it was me. Because I saw professionals that I know discriminated against crazy people. You heard what I said? Now how do I know the crazy people was related to me? That's how I know. And I watched and I said, Jesus, what is this? But I decided I didn't go there to make shame. I decided, let them have their day, let them run on. But I was very disappointed that no law was provided and no one went into the law. But nevertheless, it was very interesting because a lady made an interesting contribution. What time is it, my spiritual advisor?
4:23.
A lady made a very interesting contribution, and there were a number of women who made some very powerful some very powerful comments. And one lady who claims that she is a master social worker, or she has a master degree in social work. She made a very interesting observation that on the podium were a lot of professionals who were discussing mental health, but people who are affected, who are discriminated, and perhaps are now in a position to make a contribution. They or their families have not been invited to participate. So there was some very interesting observation, which caused the health minister, Dr. Michael Darville, who had earlier in the day spoke to respond to what they said. But it was very interesting because we had a former magistrate, Chief Magistrate Cleopatra Christie. Apparently, her ladyship is the president of one of these organizations, and she was moved to go to the podium, and she said something that upset me. And she told the professionals who apparently were very influential in the creation of the act that she thinks that that provision of the penal code which makes attempted suicide a criminal act should now be repealed. And when she said that, from my seat, I was overcome by the Spirit. And so I was then compelled to go to the podium just to say a few words. I never intended to say anything. I wanted to confirm. So I asked them, the Cleopatra Christie, who has just spoken, who was called for the law governing attempted suicide to be repealed, is that the former chief magistrate? Because, you know, people share the same name, and that compelled her to return to the other available podium, and she said it was her. So I then told them that I disagree with her. For over 1,000 years, it has been the common law, the British law, that no one had a legal right to attempt suicide, and that I was opposed to the government repealing it. I want attempted suicide to be unlawful. So I told that to them because I didn't like her position. I don't think that anyone has a right to kill themselves. And I think there's a fundamental mistake that we are making. We think only crazy people can or will kill themselves. You know how many sane people have committed suicide? And I want everybody who attempts suicide to be held accountable. Now, if they are successful, there's nothing you could do. But if you know that they were aided and abetted, something has to be done. I'll come back to it. It's a wonderful meeting on Paradise Island. God save the mentally ill. God save the professionals. God save the people down. God save the king. I'll be right back after the break. It's mental health in action.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker, and today we travel to Paradise Island. We traveled to the Atlantis. We participated in a symposium on the Mental Health Act in Action. But I was rather displeased with many of the professionals, and after my spiritual advisor would have read the ads, we will show you where Health Minister Dr. Michael Davile has contradicted one of the professionals. Bradley?
Nassau, Bahamas, get ready for a night to remember. Alpha Sounds promotion invites you to Back to Love, an unforgettable evening of smooth R&B vibes and cherished memories. Join us at the Nassau Cruise Port on Saturday, February the 15th, for a spectacular all-white affair you won't want to miss. Featuring live performances by Freddie Jackson, You and My Lady, and Rock Me Tonight, Regina Bell, Baby Come to Me, Make It Like It Was, and the Essence Band. Tickets available at BahamasTickets.com, Plantation Bar and Grill, Big Boys Cafe, and also Tropics Bar and Grill. For more information, contact 822-6863. Make your calendar, dress in your finest white attire, and join us. Also, let's mark your calendar. Join us for a night of pure love, music, and elegance. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. Do you enjoy watching Freedom March? If so, advertise your business today for as low as $50. Contact us now at 557-0258 or 557-0259 for the Impact Package. The Impact Package, Freedom March, 20,000. All right. Thank you, producer. Go ahead, sir.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, I have been preoccupied with two powerful symposiums, which last week and the second one today, being held by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. You would recall that last week, Thursday, they dealt with rooting out violence. And of course, today, they dealt with the Mental Health Act in Action. And there were quite a number of professionals. So these are very powerful people. They're trained in psychiatry, in medicine, in psychology. These are the people who have the professionalism to declare you crazy. You may not be aware that some years ago, one of the leaders of the Vanguard Nationalist and Socialist Party, see, y'all was small. A magistrate declare him crazy and send him on the crazy hill. I want you to see how the Mental Health Act has been abused. And there's no one who could contradict me because I have the name of the man. I just don't remember if he's alive. and if he's alive, I don't want to identify him. But the magistrate declared, you're crazy, and I'm sending you to Sandilands. Now, in more recent time, we had a magistrate. Every black woman that came before her, she was sent to Sandilands. I know you would have difficulty believing in it, but it was true. There's a female who appeared before her, and she declared, you're crazy, and she sent her to Sandilands. You heard me? It's a true story. I can give you everything. So we have to always be careful of the Mental Health Act and how, from time to time, it can be used to politically victimize people. This vanguard man, whom the magistrate sent on the crazy hill, do you know who liberated him? He was liberated by the former deputy leader and deputy prime minister of the Progressive Liberal Party, Arthur A. Hanna, or Arthur D. Hanna. That's who got him. Arthur Hanna got so angry when he discovered that the magistrate sent that vanguard nationalist and socialist man on the crazy hill. You see who they up against? You ever heard that before? That happened. And then, of course, there was this charming young girl who lived on East Street South. She went before a mulatto female magistrate. And that magistrate, depending on how black you was, and you're female, she declared you was crazy and she sent you to Sandilands. So the family sent for me. So I went to Sandilands to see if it was true. It was true. Then I went to see the Chief Magistrate Roger Gomez, who's now deceased. And I complained to him, and I said to him, listen, this woman ain't crazy. Why would the magistrate send the woman there? So Roger said, how you know she ain't crazy? And I dropped it on him. I said, the psychiatrist, I met with the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist is upset. Why would the court send a woman on the crazy hill who's not crazy? And Roger Gomez, he ordered her release. Y'all never heard those things before. Hey, watch out for me. Now that female, I know she's alive, but she was sent on the crazy hill because a magistrate abused the Mental Health Act. So you have to always be careful. See the things I know? See the things I know? I know these things. So, Dr. Michael Dowell, perhaps today he spoke with the media, among them Eyewitness News. And let me read it to you because it's very important. Because as I sat in the audience, what I found interesting was members of the Bahamas Mental Health Association was on the platform. And they were very disappointing. Man, they were disappointing. Things that I thought they would say, they didn't say. But then I understand it. But let me tell you what Dr. Michael Dowell says. Health Minister Dr. Michael Dowell asserted Thursday afternoon that the country is not grappling with a fentanyl epidemic, although he raised concerns about the possibility in some concerns of fentanyl-related deaths in country. Dowell spoke to reporters days after and also repeated this morning. Local physician, local psychiatrist, Dr. David Allen, noted that fentanyl-related deaths are up to 15 in the country. Allen, that's Dr. David Allen, further expressed concerns about a pending epidemic as he referenced the escalating fentanyl-related death toll in the United States that U.S. officials have described as devastating. Dowell noted that he intends to meet with Dr. David Allen on the issue. So, Dr. David Allen said there's about 15 people who have died from fentanyl. I'm told that fentanyl is a new drug which is made in Mexico. Now you see why the President of the United States is declaring them drug gangsters terrorists. And I'm advised that black people don't normally take fentanyl. That is what I'm advised. I don't know. But Dr. Dowell say he's going to meet with Dr. David Allen. So that is exciting. And I would hope that Dr. Michael Daville would meet with all them professionals, all them psychiatrists, all them psychologists, all them people who say they got a master's degree in social work. Because you can't have Dr. David Allen saying 15 people die from it. And then the health minister contradicts that. Now everybody would want to understand why I'm opposed to the legalization of any dope. Because, you know, anyway, the spiritual advisor, he was at the meeting. What did you learn from the mental health?
Well, so the mental health arc in action, we get to understand a lot about it from the medical side of it, medical perspective, right? But the arc itself, 2022, it's like a 37-page document. And then it entails a lot of stuff involved in it, a lot of legal stuff too. So you wonder if that was the reason why they didn't go into the act itself, because you would now have to have legal minds involved.
What do you mean by that?
Like, say, for instance, a person who's been diagnosed with mental health illness, right? And you need somebody now to take guardianship of that person. The Act provides for that, so you got to look into the legal logistics of it to see how do you now take or get guardianship for a person.
But what prevented the discussion with the audience?
Nothing.
What prevented the audience having, you said 37 pages?
Yes, 37 pages, man. Sandra.
What prevented,
long, man?
My spiritual advisor.
You need a whole
My
week, a symposium to deal with.
My spiritual advisor, if you are having a symposium on mental health, act, mental health act in action.
What does that mean?
It means that we have to discuss the mental health act
Itself.
What I heard is professional intellectualizing. I saw professional showing off. I know they're smart. I know they know big words.
I don't think it's like showing off. They were just really trying to explain it from the professional perspective to get you to understand.
They did not explain the act.
No, we understand that.
Well, let's say it. Ain't nothing to play with. I got crazy people.
To have a more balanced discussion, you think the act should have been discussed as well then?
If you say that the symposium is on
the mental health
act in
action,
then the first thing you want to do is to produce the act. And many of the things that them doctors run on with, one would tell me what chapter 1 say. Another one could tell me what chapter 10 say. We would have discussed the act, assuming that the doctors have read it. You don't have to be a lawyer to be able to read the law. All you need is to have a good command of the English language. And if you have a good command of the English language and you could read, then we live in an age where we all have smartphones. And if the doctors say one big word that I cannot comprehend, All I have to do is ask my smartphone. And my smartphone will tell me what is the meaning. But there was no discussion of the act. So I went there ignorant of the act, and I left there ignorant of the act. And then when I take into consideration all them professional people, they didn't discuss the act. They didn't. They should have discussed the act. And you don't need a lawyer to discuss the act. And each of those professionals, they all have a good command of the English language. So the act was not.
What about comprehension?
Yeah.
You know, you have to, along with reading, and you have to comprehend the law.
Man, all of them people who were there, there's nothing big about the law. If the law say man, if a man does something, then there's an interpretation on man. They tell you, so that where you see man,
It means mankind or just man?
or it means man and woman.
Yeah, mankind, yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing big about it. I expect when I go to sophisticated meeting, I expect as a semi-educated man. Say I'm semi-educated. I'm semi-illiterate. So I expect that when I go among the professional, they will educate me. They will lead me out of ignorance. But it can't be that when I get there, I recognize, well, what these professionals running on with? You know, I didn't like it. Now, Bahama Symposium was better. There was a booklet, it guided you, it provided vital information. This one, I wasn't too impressed with it, and I wasn't too impressed with them professionals, even though some of them spoke again. And then, of course, the health minister and his psychiatrical team need to agree on whether or not fentanyl is here, how many people is being killed, who's taking it, because I'm told that in America, the African Americans don't like fentanyl. That is what I'm told. I don't know. So if that is true, then I believe that their brothers in the Bahamas wouldn't like it either. I don't know. But I expect to be educated. And I didn't leave educated. I didn't. And I yearn to be educated. I yearn to be educated. And I decided I don't want to criticize them too much.
Yeah, because they may not invite you next time.
I don't want to criticize them too much. I was pleased that a Negro lady asked them a question about Haitians. I'm going to show you something. And when I heard this Negro lady asking them a question about the Haitians and mental health, these professionals who say that they're moving away from discrimination, the next thing I know, they start talking about the Creole people. And for a second, I wonder who they were talking about the Creole people.
Right.
What
So you
Creole
don't know?
people?
It was a general term.
No, it's discriminatory.
No,
What?
Me and you speak a Creole, you know.
My
You
spiritual,
speak a
my
English
spiritual
Creole.
advisor?
Look at the
You
term
went
itself.
to St.
Yeah, but
Augustine
me-
College. You don't understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, me and you speak in Creole.
No, oh, I don't. No. Me and you ain't speaking Creole.
Yes.
No.
We speak in English.
No, pa parle Creole, Cunha.
Senator,
All right.
listen to me. Let me make a point. If me and you go to London now, right?
Goodness of mercy.
Where they speak that proper Queen's English, right?
So if we are speaking
And,
Creole,
and I go into the store.
so
I say-
we are speaking
I say-
Creole. We are Creole
I say,
people.
I say, look here, man, come here, man. Right?
My spiritual advisor, you must stop your
They may not
racism.
understand what I mean by that.
Listen to me for a second. I
So this-
listen to the educated person talking nonsense about the Creole. What Creole? If we're talking about Haitian, say Haitian.
French
If we're talking
Creole.
about my spiritual advisor, If we're talking about the Haitian, say Haitian. If we're talking about Jamaican, say Jamaican. Don't tell me we're talking about Yadi. These are educated people. All right? I almost went to the mic and turned to the
Don't take it personal, Sandra.
What?
Don't take
I'm
it
not
personal.
taking it personal. I expect a level of sophistication from these psychiatrists, but they talk about the Creole community. And I said to myself, what kind of bullshit I came here to hear? Here is a charming, educated, Bahamian woman of Haitian descent who was asking a question, and they didn't run on about the Creole community and the this community and and when they said that, I was angry.
What does this mean? Gal, where you going? What does it mean?
Whatever it means, my spiritual
People
writer.
in England ain't gonna understand.
Please-
Gal, where you going?
We ain't talking to the people
But
in
in
England.
the Bahamas, that means, girl, where you going?
My spiritual advisor,
So we speak a Creole.
my spiritual advisor, speaking a Creole doesn't mean that you are a Creole.
Well, we speak
Okay.
English. The Haitians speak French, a broken French. It's a broken French language. You recognize that, right?
What is your point?
That they speak Creole, we speak Creole. We just English Creole.
My spiritual advisor.
It is.
Oh, Papa Nuki Nasela,
Papa, no.
c'est pour nous respecter ou? C'est voir volonté. What a country. But say the Creole. Say, yeah, but the Creole. I almost
So
got
you
up.
think they're referring to particular people?
I thought it was a level of ignorance. Ignorance
I
is
mean, that
for
could very well be, but it could be a
Ignorance-
mere assumption on your behalf.
ignorance is for us, the uneducated. The educated must say it correctly. Whatever you think about Fred Mitchell, you know, when he speaks properly. And the most you could say is, boy, Fred could use a lot of big words, eh? Man, Fred Mitchell, all he's doing is speaking the English correctly. But guess what he's doing? He's educating us. He's leading us out of ignorance. Anyway, maybe it's my mental health illness. So, I didn't like today's forum. Nobody bought the law. Nobody bought the law. I would hope that the next time we are discussing an act, they'll make copies of it so that we can have it. And then we'll have somebody. Goodness me, if the doctors can't read the act, then I'm certain that Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder could make an attorney available to us, since y'all think only lawyers could read the law. No, if you have a good command of the English language, you could read the law.
Comprehension does
And if you have good comprehension, you will understand the law.
We'll say that together.
Why are you trying to make yourself ignorant? You went to St. Augustine College. You telling me that if they read the law, you would not have understood?
There are times when you do read and don't understand.
You
Sandra.
read and don't understand.
I can show you a man right now who's reading and didn't understand what he's reading.
Anyway. That's, yeah.
The critic.
Who's that?
You.
What is it that I'm reading that I don't understand?
No, I call you the critic today.
Oh, okay. This is powerful.
You should have expressed that while you had the mic.
No, I didn't go there to do that. I merely had to respond.
You're saying all this now, you should have at least said
My spiritual
something.
advisor, I'm a journalist. So when I go to a forum, I go to listen and take notes. I merely spoke because the former chief magistrate upset me when she moved among those powerful people to have them repeal the law to make a attempted suicide
Legal.
no longer illegal. So I had to speak about that because that was death. And I decided, let me just let those people up on the podium know that attempted suicide should always remain unlawful. Okay? Should always remain unlawful because it doesn't mean that a man who kills himself, that he's crazy. I mean, sensible people kill themselves or attempt to do it. So, you know, it's that kind of thing. Anyway, let's leave it alone.
We have some guests at 5 o'clock. We'll be ending this segment.
I have
very
more
shortly.
guests at 5 o'clock? Who's coming?
I think we do.
Who's coming?
What's the name of the group?
Who's coming tomorrow? Is it
Youth God.
Youth God?
Youth God will
You
be
mean the
here
people who
again.
were here yesterday?
Yeah.
They're coming back?
So you got them at 5, yeah.
Really? Oh, this is powerful. Okay.
Interesting.
Anyway, folks, you know, it's life, nothing to be upset about. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. We'll be right back. After the break, I'm robbing today. It's mental health. My mental health. My mental health in action.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. And of course, I would have told you how today my spiritual advisor and we attended a forum at Atlantis on the mental health act in action. It's powerful. Well, I have a man who is quite familiar with things. His name is Ian Thomas. Ian, how are you? We have a dispute involving a 16-year-old Negro boy. There are two fathers, and we need a quiet and peaceful determination as to who child he isn't.
Wow, who he isn't?
Yeah.
Okay, then
What
go deep.
recommendation do you have?
Well, I would suggest, of course, well, I got to start off with my spiel. Good afternoon, Bahamas. My name is Ian Thomas, and I am from Direct Marketers. You know that?
Yes.
Okay, then. Direct Marketers is a marketing company, of course, where we specialize in radio, TV, print, social media, and e-blast. So if you have a business or a business idea and you want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. 552-0212. 552-0212. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all know people are dancing in the studio while I am saying that, I am so sorry. This guy threw me off. I was all in a rhythm trying to get my thing together, and this guy started doing the prep along with the Roger Rabbit, along with the Osman Scabby. That's a serious dance, boy.
It's powerful.
That's powerful. I see you for a little while, though, you know.
All right, here, you promised something that you were supposed to get for me.
Yeah, I get you something. I bring you something today, though.
Really?
I bring you something today. I can talk about that in a little bit. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Bahamian Seafood Connection. I got to jump straight into this because my time is limited. Bahamian Seafood Connection. They are located. Where are they located? You can find them on, if you head west on Fire Trail Road towards Gladstone Road, immediately after you pass Epic Battery. Epic Battery be on the right. So if you look to your left in the Orange Plaza, that's the Fire Trail West Plaza, you will see Bahamian Seafood Connection. And I want you guys to go down there, man. Someone give me a call right about now. Not a call, sorry, because I'm on thing. I got to turn my phone off. Someone send me a WhatsApp. My number, 5520212, and I want to give away some Snapper or something like that to some lucky person. You want to give me a call, Ian Thomas, 5520212. That's 5520212. And if you go to Bahamian Seafood Connection, you can get lobster tails at $5. You can get New York strip beefsteak at $5.85. You can get single rack of lamb at $29. You can get 6-ounce salmon, $5. Mahi reduced, $5. You can also get cracked chicken for $5. You can get snow crab clusters, $6.25. You ever had snow crab clusters?
Really?
Yeah.
This is powerful.
Very delicious, very delicious. You can also get calamari rings. You know calamari rings?
No, what is calamari?
Man, calamari is caramel. Is that squid or is that octopus?
I'm not sure.
Someone Google it up. Someone WhatsApp me. I used to like calamari. You make me forget what that is. I think it's octopus, you know.
Okay.
But calamari rings, $9. You can get snapper fillet, $4.95. That's what I want to give away.
That's a pound?
$4.95. Very good.
It's a pound?
I think it's a pound.
Or a slice?
You know what? That's a good question.
Okay.
You ask some really good questions.
Well,
man.
thank you.
You are an investigative reporter.
Well, I'm trying to be intelligent while you're here.
I know, especially when you're disputing what Creole is.
Yeah.
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 That's good then.
This is powerful.
Snapper fillet. You can get a whole chicken for $9. Lump crab, $27.
A whole chicken for $9?
Whole chicken for $9.
How heavy is that chicken?
Boy, listen, that chicken was heavy. It was me and my boys, somebody lift that outside.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the kind of chicken I like.
Chicken getting bigger than that'll be a little turkey.
Yeah.
Nice and big and juicy and meaty.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, my cousin, I spoke to her today and she says, Ian, I went to that place and it was crowded.
Really?
Yeah, but don't worry about the crowd. They're just there because they have really good prices. I want you to go to Bahamian Seafood Connection. I'm going to give you the phone number right now. The number is 341 341-0734. 341-0734. That's 341-0734. And if you want to WhatsApp them, you can WhatsApp them at 822-6180. That's 822-6180. That's Bahamian Seafood Connection. They have the best prices on seafood. I want you to go there right now. I know you like seafood. You love to eat healthy.
I love the seafood.
No, seafood, like the food that come out the sea.
Yeah, I love sea.
You like the seafood?
I love to seafood.
You like the seafood?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's good. What is your favorite? What do you love the most? You like you're a grouper man.
Well, I like grouper.
You like grouper?
I like snapper.
Snapper.
Tuna.
What you like? How do you when they make stew? Do you prefer them using grouper or another type of fish?
I love both of them.
Oh, you like both of them?
Yeah.
As long as the stew is nice and seasoned.
And there's no tomato paste in it.
You told me that last time.
Yeah.
You did ask me that. You like when they put chunks of potatoes in it and stuff?
No potatoes unless it's American potatoes.
Oh, okay. What about when I went to the restaurant, they said, do you want your stew fish with grits or Johnny cake? What do you?
I think I'll have both.
You tell yourself both?
Yeah.
You can't eat all that, man.
Well, I didn't say I want to eat it.
You might carry the Johnny cake.
I didn't say that. I said like to have both.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I do like both. I kind of like the Johnny cake with it too. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
But I don't want too much sugar in it.
You put sugar in it?
In Johnny cake?
Oh, sugar in the Johnny cake. Yeah. I know you watch what you eat.
Yeah.
Well, that's real good, man. So that's Bahamian Seafood Connection. I love it.
I love it.
Mr. Michael loves it. I definitely know Spiritual Advisor love
and
it.
where can we find it?
Bahamian Seafood Connection, one more time.
They
on
cook
Fire
it?
Trail Road.
They cook...
No. You buy all the raw ingredients.
Okay.
And I'm glad that you said that. Ladies and gentlemen, why not go to a place that the restaurants and other big establishments buy from? Cut out the middleman, go straight to Bahamian Seafood Connection. They are now my number one and making themselves number one in so many other households and everything like that. They got the biggest, freshest, juiciest pieces of seafood on the market. I love their shrimp. I love the calamari and everything. And not to mention, the other day someone says, Ian, you keep forgetting to say that they also sell meats. So like I said, they sell chicken. They also sell other types of meats. So go down there. It's Bahamian Seafood Connection. I love it. You're going to love it. Go down there. It's a wonderful store family. That's the last name, Store, S-T-O-R-R. Wonderful people. An amazing group of people that work there also. The ladies who work behind the counter and the guys who in the back doing the packaging. They're very knowledgeable and very helpful. So go check them out. They are on Fire Trail Road and you're going to check them out and you're going to have a good time. Phone number one more time, 341-0734, 341-0734. Bahamian Seafood Connection, my number one place to go. That's an alarm. I got my phone off.
Who's that?
That's the Marco alarm.
Tell me, what are they saying?
It says, Claysha Powell, female, 15 years old, Windsor Place Road, Coral Harbor, New Providence. Last seen, 22nd of January, I guess that was yesterday, at the residence, dark brown complexion, medium brown. If you see this person, please call authorities. You guys get the number for the authorities and everything like that. So that's the Marco alert. Came through on your phone too.
Well,
I didn't even know it comes through if your phone's turned off.
Well, phones are never turned off. The Americans are listening to you.
Oh, one thing with
every day.
You is go deep.
Yeah.
We can't expound on that, but I understand what you're saying.
I keep my phone on so the Americans will know where I am.
You want them to come get you?
I just get lost.
You just get lost?
Yeah.
And they just pick up the phone and they say, we know where you is.
Yes.
Okay.
Find me.
Find me. It's like how you catch us with them.
Yeah.
And I am serious here. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Watkins make me laugh. Hey, ladies, let me put my number back up. Ian Thomas, give me a call, 552-0212, 552-0212. Tasty Buys. I was here and I also gave you some of the oats last time. Tasty Buy Instant Oats. We have taken this for the past 3 months. We've taken this to the moon. This oats now is definitely most requested. They started Courtesy Food Store about 2 weeks ago. I know they are in Super Value, not sure in all of the Super Values. They are also in, where Bradley always keep telling me, Centerville.
Centerville.
They're in Centerville. This is the oats. Everyone knows what oats are good for. Can you tell people?
Well, it will take you to the moon.
It will take you to the moon.
So it's lunatic.
It's
Lunacy.
Yes, it's lunacy.
But I think it's good for
Yeah, it's
your
good.
diet.
It's good for dietary
Yeah.
people.
This is
people on
powerful.
diet.
Yeah.
People who want to lower their cholesterol.
Of course.
People want to have good skin, look handsome like Rodney Munker.
Yeah.
This is very, very good. And people like to put all different types of things on their oats. Here you can see people using strawberries. People love strawberries.
Is strawberry in this oat?
No. But people like to
Yes.
garnish their oats with strawberries and
Yes.
apples and bananas and almonds and all different types of berries. I love it. I wish I can eat it every day. I would be telling a mistruth if I said I do eat it every day.
Right.
I eat it like every 2 days.
Okay.
And some people who are very, very committed and who have dietary restrictions, they eat it like twice a day because it's extremely fulfilling, but
Okay.
it doesn't make you feel heavy.
Okay.
So this is wonderful oats.
Do you
now,
have any eggs to go with it?
eggs? No,
Eggs are very expensive.
Oh, eggs expensive. Yeah, I said that the other day. Now, along with the same company, when I was coming inside here, spiritual advisor says he's familiar with this brand. Tasty Buys also brought in their own rice. Did I ever give you any rice?
I've never had any rice. Are these golden rice?
Those are basmati rice.
Basmati?
Basmati. Do you know where that's from? That's Indian rice.
Okay.
Long grain Indian rice.
Really?
Yes.
Indian
Now,
rice, I'm told, it's very good.
Yes.
How
Now,
much pound is this?
what does it say right on there? It says the net is 5 pounds. It's a 5 pound
Really?
rice.
It's 5 pound rice?
5 pound rice. Give me 5 pound rice.
Shucks. This is just perfect for the family.
I know. When you pull up and say, all right, come on 5 pounds. That's you right there.
And you can cook peas in this rice?
You can cook. You know what I like about this? This is a special blend. This is the only basmati rice that I'm familiar with, and I've seen many. That's
Right.
parboiled. Since Bahamian people love parboiled rice,
Right.
They the manufacturers went and they worked along with their factory,
Right.
and they were able to come up with a parboiled basmati rice. And spiritual advisor, he's very familiar with it, and
Okay.
so he can second everything what I'm saying. And this is very delicious rice. As a matter of fact, I had it today with some soup. I love soup, but I like to have my soup with rice. I had the basmati rice with the soup, and it's wonderful. Long grain, and it's very, very healthy and nutritious. I thought you were going to say something.
And where was it grown?
Where was it grown? It's Indian rice.
Really?
It's Indian rice,
I
yeah.
love the Indian people.
Yep. So you can transform any meal into a culinary masterpiece. Every bite is aromatic, light, and satisfying. This is
Really?
also good with cholesterol, people who deal with cholesterol issues as well.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people who tend to be on diets, they kind of run away from rice, but I want to let you know, this is a different type of rice. It's very healthy, you're going to love it, and you can find it everywhere. So when you go to your food store, you ask your grocery, you say, hey, listen here, I was watching Ian Thomas and Rodney Munker on Freedom March, and I want to get some of that rice. It's by the company Tasty Buys. You want the oats and you want the parboiled rice, and it's delicious. You want to win a couple bags of those? You send me a WhatsApp at Ian Thomas, 552-0212. That's 552-0212. I can turn it back and forth. 552-0212, 552-0212. Get yourself that rice, and if you don't see it in your food store, go ahead and tell them, I want that rice on the shelf.
Bati rice.
Basmati rice.
Okay.
It's not going to be a body rice. Who's going to eat body rice? And then people just say, give me 2 of them rice, please.
Ian, you're not
And
serious.
don't say that, man. And listen here, also, these make me laugh, man. Also, I want to let you guys know, EcoFlow Delta Pro. EcoFlow Delta Pro. The portable generator. It's right across the road from where we are right now. We're at the 6-legged roundabout. You want to go and check them out. You want a portable generator, you want to give them a call, and the phone number is, what's the phone number? 327-4504, 327-4504. Call George, Sean, or Jennifer. They're going to get you all hooked up. Get yourself an EcoFlow Delta Pro generator. You can take it wherever you want to go, and it doesn't require any gasoline, diesel, anything, any propane, nothing. You plug it in, it charges up the battery, and you can take it anywhere you want. You can take it to family islands, you can take it to a cookout, you can keep it in your house. Now you can run your television, your phone, your laptop, your iPad, your refrigerator, anything you want. It's upgradable. Get yourself a Delta Pro generator. You don't have to be rich anymore. Give them a call. Prices as low as $335 all the way up to $4,224. You want to give them a call, 327-4504, 327-4504. You want to sell yourself a portable generator that's really, really long lasting, that has a big, strong battery. Give them a call. That's EcoFlow Delta Pro generator. If you haven't, we're able to write down all these phone numbers that I spoke about today. You give me a a call, and then I will tell you how to get in contact with those, with the different companies. But remember, I'm Ian Thomas from Direct Marketers. I want to make sure you guys get the best deals on the things that you want. I talked about the basmati rice. I talked about the EcoFlow Delta Pro generators, and I also what else I talk about today? And I also spoke about Bahamian Seafood Connection. So all those companies, you give me a call, I'll hook you up. Also, before I go, you guys are you know what the word a narcolepsy is?
A narcolepsy?
No, narcolepsy. You know what narcolepsy is?
No, I don't.
That's when you fall asleep just any old time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know a man who needs energy because his penis keeps falling asleep, and he wants a nice, strong, hard erection, you want to give me a call. Ian Thomas at Direct Marketers. I'm going to get you that bully pill. That bully pill is amazing. It's revived so many relationships. Don't be flippity floppity, no pun intended, but you want that. It doesn't bother you if you have high blood pressure. It doesn't bother you if you're dealing with any diabetes or anything. It's all natural. Get yourself that bully pill. You're gonna take one pill, drink some water, half an hour later, you're gonna have a strong, hard erection, and you and your partner are gonna have a wonderful time. Stop suffering in silence. Get yourself the bully pill. Give me a call, 5520212, 5520212. I see I got 29 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we were just talking about DNA testing. You want a paternity test done? Give me a call. Give DNA Direct a call at 324-0665. You can get a DNA test for as low as $450. You can find out if someone's your mom, your dad, your brother or sister. Only $450. If you need a legal test is $550. That's in case
Let me ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
If you're going to do a DNA, do you have to carry a JP with you?
No, all you need is your identification.
No JP?
No JP.
Are you sure?
No, you just need your proper identification, and it's just a buccal swab of the inside of the mouth.
So you only carry the JP if he's the daddy?
You carry the JP afterwards. Well, you go to a JP afterwards to get everything notarized. But if you just want a DNA test to find out, is this my child, you can do that on your own without identification. If you need it for legal purposes, passport or NIB or whatever, that's going to cost you $550 and get yourself a paternity test. A lot of people out there, a lot of men are taking care of children that are not their biological children.
A JP is not involved in that process.
Right, correct.
Are you sure?
No. Do you mean in order to go there? No.
If you were going to have a DNA
test, no.
Do you need, listen to my question,
Go ahead.
Do you need a JP to accompany you for that purpose?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
Two reasons why people get a paternity test done. They want for their own personal knowledge, so they go there by themselves. And if you need it for court, either you can still go by yourself, or it could be court administered, and the court would say, hey, we request a DNA test. You don't need to go any place with you, because there's a chain of command. Once you use your identification, the man, the woman, and the child, it goes like that. It's called a chain of command. So now it's verified and it went through the proper channels. You don't need to go with anybody to get a DNA test done. You could do a DNA test right now if someone says, I think that this man, Ian Thomas, is your son.
No, you got the point I'm making.
Okay.
Where a JP accompanies you who's doing the DNA.
You can do that if you want to feel comfortable. You don't need to carry anybody with you. And I've seen many situations. There's no judge ever said you need to take somebody with you. They just order a DNA test
Not
done.
somebody, a JP.
No, you don't need to. They're not going to even request a JP going with you. Not at all.
I thank you, Brother Thomas.
I thank you, sir, for the time.
I look forward to seeing you.
I look forward to seeing you all the time, man. You know you're my boy
powerful.
now. Yeah, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this opportunity. Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers, 5520212, 5520212. It's been a wonderful time here today.
God bless you.
Yeah, man. God bless you, man.
Take good care.
Yes, thank you so
You're
much.
leaving the rice with me?
I leave the rice with you, yeah.
Thank you.
That's yours.
When you come back again, I need a tin of pigeon peas,
Yeah,
5 pound of onion, and some brownie.
Now, wait a second. You're trying to make dinner off of me.
Of course.
That's I don't blame you, Chad.
This is powerful.
Yeah, man.
So, folks, that was Ian Thomas. I asked him a very important question because in the District of New Providence appeared before me a Negro man who has alleged that he is taking a DNA and he has been told to bring a JP with him, and of course he chose me. So I don't know what that means, but I promised him that I would attend, so it's powerful. Anyway, my spiritual advisor is soon going to join me for the
birthdays, because I think we are in a period of birthdays. And it's amazing how quickly the time has run. Goodness of mercy, what time is it now? I can't believe it's 5:21. Man, today gone fast.
Senator,
My spiritual advisor.
it does appear as if we have another Marcos alert.
There is a Marco
Could you grab
alert.
your phone and let's read it, please?
Put the camera on my spiritual advisor so I can get the phone, please.
Yeah, there's another Marcos. Oh, my hat. Forgive me. Yeah, there's another Marcos alert. Grab your phone, Santa, so we could read that quickly. Let me see if I have it on my phone. Oh, I seem to do have it. There's a missing child. This is a Marcos alert. Missing child. Glacier Powell. Female. 15 years of age. Windsor Place Road, Coral Harbor, New Providence, last seen on the 22nd of January 2025 at a residence. She's of dark complexion, dark brown complexion, medium brown. If you've seen Glacier Powell, please contact the police at 919 or CID at 502-9991 or 502-9992. They say there's a photo, but I haven't seen that photo. There's a photo of the young lady, but I haven't seen it. Anyhow, we do have a Marcos alert. Sandy, you want to check your phone? All right, you want let's do some birthdays quickly, producer. Can we do it? Because you have another guest waiting on you. Okay?
There's another guest?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you have a guest at 5:30. So Sherilyn Bethel is celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday to Sherilyn Bethel. It's coming from her husband, Jaron, daughters, Ivory and Mathea, son, Xander, also her parents, sisters, brothers, family, and friends. Happy birthday. Enjoy your special day. That's Sherilyn Bethel. Helen. Helen is celebrating the birthday. We'd like to send a special birthday shout out to Helen. It's coming from Malik, Josh, also her sister Liana, and the rest of the family. You make 54 look so good. Continue to enjoy your day. God bless you. Khalil Miller. Happy birthday to Khalil Miller from his mom and dad, his sister, and his grandparents, aunts and uncles, family and friends. Happy birthday, Khalil. Kiana Dane. Happy birthday to Kiana Dane in Freeport. It's coming from his mom and dad, Jade and Kino, Nana, Meredith, Papa Mario, Grammy, Ina, Roll, uncles, especially Jaden, Omar, and Ken Stubbs. So happy birthday, Kiana Dean. Walden Clark. Happy birthday to Mr. Walden Clark. Come from all your friends and family. Happy birthday, Walden. Danae Charlton. Happy 5th birthday to Danae Charlton, a.k.a. Becky, from your big brother, Denise, or Dennis Charlton. Clarence Dean is celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday to Clarence Dean. It's coming from all your family, especially your wife, Yvonne, your children, your sisters, and your brother. Happy birthday, Clarence. Listen, the Harvey Park Church of Christ, along with Freedom March, we're sending you a happy birthday shout out to you as well, okay, bro? All the best, my brother. We love you. And may God continue to bless and keep you. Clarence Dean. All right, the Darlings. We send a happy birthday shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Darling from their sons, Shaquille, Jelante, and Jermaine. They love you. Happy birthday to the Darlings. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Sandra.
You're finished.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so you said we have a guest? Who?
Coming at 5:30.
Who's our guest?
The what's the group again now from the
National Youth
Security?
Guard?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, National
Okay.
Youth Guard.
This
yeah.
is powerful.
You have one? Wow, that's it. Okay.
This is Freedom March. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. When we return, I'm advised we shall have
The
a guest.
National Youth Guard.
Hold on, everybody. It's a Thursday in Nassau.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and I'm told that Tanya is on the phone. Hello, Tanya.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monker, and good afternoon, spiritual advisor. How are you?
We are fine. What do you have for us, Tanya?
Well, you know, I am slowly showing you all of the beautiful things that Shop Smart have to offer. And we want to let every customer know that if they want to be a smart shopper this 2025, then they have to come on into Shop Smart.
This is powerful. What do you have? What are you offering?
Okay, right now, you know that we still have 70% of all of our jewelry, and the ladies have been coming in and they're taking full advantage of them.
Yes.
They are here, Mr. Munker, and they say they're the woman's Sam.
Well, I'm the
and
leader.
If you say they must come to get dressed, they come in here for the jewelry.
Well, I want all the women them to shop smart at your store. So you have my endorsement.
Oh, yes. Not only do we have the jewelry, but we still have the clothing that they can get 5 for 25 pieces. But, Mr. Munker,
Yes.
it's all about Valentine's, and all of the ladies are coming in, and they are picking up the perfect man.
This is powerful.
Yes?
Well,
we have a chocolate bar here,
you have
and
chocolate
it's
bar?
called the perfect man.
Wow, Tanya, this is great to hear. What do you have that the man them could buy?
Well, the men them can come on in, and they can get themselves some nice stainless steel bracelets. They can come in and take a look at what we have to offer in the linen pants,
Yes.
in the jackets, in the jeans. But a lot of people are taking advantage of all of these new small appliances
Yes.
that we have brought in.
This is great to hear, Tanya. And all of this is designed to make Valentine's Day sweet and beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it surely is.
Okay.
Not only can you come in and get your chocolates, you can come on in and get your teddy bears, you can get your wine glasses, you can get your throw pillows, you can get your blankets, you can set the mood with your nice scented candles. You understand? You can have a picnic right at home. You don't need to go out to make this Valentine's special. You can make it special right at home for the ones you love.
Do you have teddy bear that men can buy for the woman them?
Oh, yes, we have teddy bears that the men could buy for the woman them, for the woman them could buy for the men, and for anyone to buy for the kids. We even got the teddy bears for the pets.
Wow. Well, listen to me. I have quite a number of cats. Do you have any teddy bear for kittens?
We have teddy bear for kittens. We have all the toys for the kittens, as well as for the pups. So if you want to say I love you, even to the pets, to the children,
Yes.
to the woman them, or
Yes.
the men them, they can come on down to Shop Smart. We've got them covered.
Well, Tanya, I'm so excited. I'm going to come buy one for my dog. You know, I have a dog, right?
Oh, well, your dog will be very happy. You can come in. We have from the dish, we have the bowls, we have the harness and the leash. We have even got the all-natural dog treat.
Really?
So come on. Yes, Mr. Munker.
Well, Tanya,
we do everything all the way.
choose me a teddy bear for a man dog. My dog, I have a man dog, and choose me a nice teddy bear for him. How does that sound?
That sounds fabulous. I would be sure to send you the picture of what we chose for your man dog.
This is powerful. Tanya, I want to thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you. When will I hear from you again?
You should hear from me again tomorrow, God's willing. I look forward to talking to you every day.
Well, Tanya, make sure you send me the picture of that teddy bear, okay?
Will do, Mr. Munker.
I thank you very, very much. And happy Valentine's Day. It's powerful. Well, that was Tanya. Tanya is one of the women then. She operates a wonderful business on Mackey Street, Shop Smart. And I need you to sponsor Tanya's shop. It's Valentine's Day, and it's for lovers, and I think it's powerful. Well, in studio, I have my guest has returned from the National Youth Guard. Officer, would you kindly identify yourself again?
Thank you, Mr. Manka. I am Chief Petty Officer Kelsey Mizik. I serve as the Chief Instructor for the National Youth Guard.
Well, I'm aware that this Saturday, am I correct?
This Saturday, you are correct.
You are having an event at Pinewood Gardens Park.
Indeed, Mr. Manka, you
Tell
are
us about
correct.
it again.
So this Saturday,
Yes.
at Pinewood Park, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 5 p.m., the National Youth Guard will be at the park at Pinewood to register persons for the upcoming cohort,
Yes.
which starts training on the 8th of February.
Yes.
So those persons interested in being a part of the Guard can come to Pinewood Park, bring their passport, a national insurance card, and come and register. There are a few documents that you can bring, a police certificate, but once you have your passport and your NIB card, you could come down there, you can get started. And Mr. Manka, right away, after registering, we're going to allow them to have an interview to be a part of the cohort 4.
And notwithstanding the fact that you are doing it in Pinewood Gardens, it is open to the entire island.
The entire island, Mr. Manka. From wherever you may come, you can fly into New Providence and come down and register. The training is open to every Bahamian from whatever island in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
And of course, the age ranges is 18 to
25.
But if you are 17 and will be 18 by
the end of the training period, and that training period is 14 weeks from the 8th of February.
But you need to have parental
consent. So
Okay.
those persons who are 17, we're not going to discount them, Mr. Manka. With parental support or consent, they too can register for cohort 4.
And this is at the Pinewood Gardens Park.
This is at the Pinewood Gardens Park. We're going to be there from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
This is powerful. Why is this program so important, and why are you emphasizing it so much?
Mr. Manka, the Bahamas is in the hurricane belt.
Yes.
Hurricanes are a fact of life for us.
Okay.
And so the Bahamas National Youth Guard seeks to develop a cadre of young men and women
Yes.
who can respond to disasters
Yes.
wherever they may occur.
Yes.
Also, it seeks to provide job readiness skills for those persons who may be entering the job market, make them marketable
Yes.
and functional
Yes.
in the job market.
Yes. And you have pointed out to me yesterday that there is a compensation.
There is a compensation.
Tell us about the compensation.
Mr. Manka, the training is totally free.
Yes.
A lot of it is internationally certified.
Yes.
It is going to be presented by the best in the Bahamas and sometimes the best in this region.
Yes.
All of that is going to be paid for for those persons undertaking the training. In addition to that, the persons undertaking the training will be paid a stipend of $600 a month.
Will national insurance be extracted from that?
No, sir. National insurance will not be extracted.
You mean to tell me they're going to be working and make no contribution to national insurance?
No, sir. This is a stipend. This isn't a salary.
I see. So you don't deduct national
No,
insurance
sir.
from stipend?
No, sir.
This is powerful. Now, how is the program coming on in the public schools?
Well, Mr. Manka, also this Saturday, a team will be going to the island of Grand Bahama.
Yes.
They're going to be at Bishop Michael Eldon School.
Yes.
They're going to go to 8 Mile Rock High School. They're going to go to Sir Jack Haywood.
Yes.
And they will be presenting the program to those persons in the 12th grade.
Yes.
In addition to that, they will be at the Ministry of Grand Bahama. They're going to conduct some refresher training from the persons that were part of cohorts 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
We're going to keep their skills sharp.
Right.
And when they finish that training for cohort 1, 2, and 3, they're going to be there registering persons from the island of Grand Bahama to be a part of cohort 4.
Now, if, for instance, one is very successful in this program, does it place you in a position to join the Defense Force?
Mr. Manka, to date, we have placed a number of persons that have passed through our program in the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. They met the requirements. They had the opportunity for us to look at them closely. And so we could say to the Defense Force recruiting department, these are persons you cannot miss.
Wow.
These are persons we must have as a part of our ranks.
Wow.
In addition to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, we made introductions to persons in the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Bahamas Department of Corrections,
yes,
and the Immigration Department.
Wow. Now, the Bahamas Department of Correction would be the prison.
Indeed, yes, sir.
So the training that you provide, at the end of the day, these young people perhaps would have the necessary skills to become an officer of the Defense Force, perhaps join the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and if they're interested in the prison.
Mr. Manka, with the skills, the knowledge, and the expertise that these persons will get in the program,
yes,
they would be an attractive or valuable asset to any organization in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, whether that be private sector or public sector.
I want to go off course for a few seconds. Now, I think I understand the physical training. Will they, for instance, be taught, let's say, how to cook, maybe some bakery?
No,
taking into consideration that in a natural disaster, and you send them, let's say, in the back of Exuma, somebody has to eat.
Indeed.
And
Indeed.
so there's no cooking as a part of the program. There's no catering. I'm just thinking.
No, sir.
Okay.
Well, the training is set out as such. It has 3 phases.
3 phases.
The first phase is disaster preparedness and readiness.
Okay.
We're going to teach them such things as first aid and emergency medical procedures.
Yes.
We're going to teach them survival. We're going to teach them firefighting. The police fire branch is going to come in and do that for us.
Yes.
They're going to be taught the STCW, which is Standards of Certification, Training, and Watchkeeping.
Okay.
That is the basic or the international standard for working in any maritime field, whether it be a port facility, a marine facility, or a vessel, and that certification goes worldwide.
Now, in addition to the training, to what extent will they be taught how to rescue the elderly? I always envision a tropical storm coming from the south, traveling along East Street, heading north, or perhaps heading south, and we need to get at the top of that hill. Have you ever thought about any kind of training where you rescue
Yes, sir.
people and run up
Mr. Manka,
the hill with them?
they are going to be taught emergency carry procedures.
What is that?
That is if a person is injured.
Yes.
How do I move this injured person from this place to get them to medical help?
Wow.
They're going to be taught search and rescue.
Okay.
They're going to be taught search and recovery. They're going to be taught how to clear a home, make sure that its occupants are out, bring those occupants out of that collapsed home or damaged home and bring them to safety. So that's going to be a critical and important part of their training. So
I always thought about, in the event of some tropical storm, perhaps a major flood on the island of New Providence, how do we grab senior people and get them at the top of East Street Hill?
Mr. Manka, in addition,
Or is that not a part of the strategy?
this is going to be a part of the strategy, Mr. Manka. We're going to talk about moving persons from areas of danger
Yes.
to safe areas.
Yes.
And that class, Mr. Manka, is called Incident Command.
Incident command.
Incident Command. How to survey the land and find those places that are going to be most beneficial
That's
to setting
the
up a
point.
triage area.
Yes.
When we get to this triage area, who is priority? Who is the most injured?
Right.
Who is the most vulnerable?
Yes.
Who should have my attention?
Yes.
And so those young men and women who are going to undergo this training is going to be taught those skills,
Yes.
Mr. Manka.
At the moment, in the program, have you identified yet who would be regarded as the more vulnerable members of the community, or do you first have to see destruction and then assess?
Well, Mr. Manka, whenever you look at your population, there are a key group of demographics that you want to pay particular attention to.
Yes.
The elderly.
The elderly.
You must pay attention to them.
Okay.
The infirm.
Yes.
The disabled.
Yes.
Those are persons that you must pay particular attention to.
Yes.
The infirm physically and the infirm mentally.
Yes.
You have to pay attention to that. Those are your critical persons who are going to get the focus of your attention initially.
And your immediate action.
Immediate action.
This is great. I like that part where you talk about the mentally challenged, in view of the fact that today the Ministry of Health held a forum. I thought I saw some people look like Defense Force officers attending,
Indeed.
in which they dealt with the Mental Health Act in action. So you're saying that those who are mentally challenged, they will also be given priority when it comes to rescue during a natural or national disaster.
So we'll have these young men and women who will now be, they will operate the same in New Providence
Yes.
as they are in Abaco, right
Yes.
down to Inagua. They know that these persons are infirm and they are the most vulnerable, and so we're going to prioritize those persons.
Now, the Bahamas being an archipelagic nation, how will you maintain communication with these various islands in a disaster zone? Do you have that means?
Indeed. So let's talk about the last hurricane that just passed. We had a guy down there on the island of Inagua.
Yes.
When the hurricane was passing, he called in to us, and we directed him to the DRMA Center, which is under the command of the local administrator.
Yes.
We had the emergency personnel, the Defense Force, and all the emergency services there.
Right.
And so immediately after that storm passed in Agua, Mr. Manka, that young man got out there. He got tarps. He got a team of persons from his community.
Right.
He started with the elderly persons in his community.
Yes.
And covered their roof with tarp.
Yes. So this is the kind of training that we can look forward to, where we have a contingent of young people, well coordinated, well trained, and almost in a military fashion.
Indeed.
So they're disciplined, they know what to do, and we can do national rescue.
Indeed. Yes.
Now, are you aware that the Ministry of Social Services have identified certain citizens now as potential people with handicap and who are at risk for rescue purposes? I mean, if you're not aware, don't be afraid. Perhaps you would want to check out, because I'm told I'm at the top of the list.
Mr. Bunker, you look strong and capable.
Well, I'm very strong.
What are you doing on that list, sir?
Well, you know, I'm old. And so I just want to know if you are familiar with it. And if you're not familiar with it, I want to suggest that perhaps you ought to talk with somebody at Social Services, because I'm aware that they have created a list, right? And I think it's a list that you need to be aware of, just in case of emergency, because sometimes you can have one ministry doing something and a rescue unit is not aware of that.
Well,
protocol.
Mr. Manka, in a natural disaster,
Yes.
when the EOC, that Emergency Operations Center, is opened up on that island,
Right.
a part of that EOC command or that complement staff
right.
is a member from each one of these agencies. So social services will be right there represented. And so the social service representative can say, hey, Defense Force, that team you have out there, stop by Mr. Munker down there. He's infirm and he may need some assistance.
Got you.
And so we communicate with one another to be effective in what we're doing.
So you will never be caught off guard.
No, sir.
This
with God's
is
help.
Powerful. But on Saturday,
January 25th, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., we are going to be at the Pinewood Park registering persons for Cohort 4. Bring your passport, bring your NIB card. For Mr. Munker, if they cannot get to Pinewood Park, for whatever reason, they can go to nyg.bahamas.gov.bs and they can register there. That's nyg.bahamas.gov.bs. If you're having any issues with the website, you can reach us at 819-1121. That's 819-1121.
And of course, once you would have enrolled, you're taken to base.
You're taken to the Defense Force base,
where the training and the living accommodation will be provided for you.
Free of charge, living accommodation and all your meals.
Wow. And at the end of the program,
is
when you will be given that compensation.
No, every 4 weeks, every month, you're gonna get your $600 stipend.
Every month?
Every month, sir.
Goodness me. Young people, listen to me. If you are unemployed, here is an opportunity to get in this program, and $600 a month, that's plenty of money. And the government is providing food.
Yes, sir.
Uniform.
Yes, sir. All their uniform.
Shelter. So by shelter, the government will be paying their rent.
Indeed.
Paying their light bills.
Indeed.
Wow. Goodness me. If only y'all did that in 1973, 74, when I was young.
Indeed. I am sure that you would have been an awesome candidate.
I would have been next to Dr. Raymond King.
Probably so.
Yeah, this is powerful. So we have to emphasize it, and it's clear to me that this is being given top priority by the Ministry of National Security.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our minister has given it his highest priority. Every resource that we need is provided to us. We have to ensure that this is successful.
And as many can come forward.
As many.
Wow.
As many. If you cannot make this cohort, we will have another cohort going on later this year.
Right.
Cohort 4 will over somewhere April.
Wow.
After April, May 16th.
Yes.
It'll be the end of it.
Okay.
A month or so after that, 1 month we have to clean it up, get things ready, and we back in again.
Okay.
Cohort 5 will be later this year.
Okay.
So I advise persons to get on the website nyg.bahamas.gov.bs and register today.
And for those parents whose children are 17 years old, as the officers pointed out, they can join if they will turn 18 by
May 16th.
Which means you parent would need to give them a simple letter, eh?
Consent.
Saying that I consent for my son, John Doe, or my daughter, Mary Lou, to join the National Youth Guard.
Yes, sir. You know, Mr. Munker, a number of young men have asked me the question. They say, Chief Mizik, do I have to cut my hair?
Yeah, do you have to cut your hair?
No, sir.
Really?
No, sir.
You're not suggesting I could come with my locks?
Just so, Mr. Munker. Dreadlocks, once you clean it up, tie it up, make it look neat, you can be a part of the training.
So there's no discrimination?
No discrimination at all, sir.
I would like to see a contingent of dreadlock men and women in uniform, well-groomed, well-disciplined, well-trained. I think it's great.
Indeed. Mr. Munker, we've had a number of persons pass through our program with dreadlocks.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. This is great. This is great. So we have to re-emphasize the importance of this program. And for heaven's sake, young people, it's tomorrow. It's supper time.
Saturday, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
I forget today's Thursday. So it is Saturday, the 25th of January, 1 p.m., Pinewood Garden Park, by the roundabout.
By the roundabout, yes, sir.
You come, you register, you bring your passport, bring your NIB card. Now, if they don't have their NIB card, NIB representatives will not be present there.
Not be present. Unfortunately, we didn't think of that one, Mr. Money.
Okay. But nevertheless, whatever documents they have, they can come and perhaps go to NIB and quickly get it to you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
This is great. I hope you would have spoken to representatives of the National Insurance Board so that they can assist my dad. What time is it? It's time to go.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me, sir.
Petty Officer Missick, I thank you, eh?
Yes, sir.
You must come back again. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the Defense Force. They're doing a wonderful job. God save the National Youth Guard. Young people must join. Saturday, the 25th of January, 1 p.m.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom